we see a lot of YouTube things. Okay, hi guys, this is Screen Guard Guy here, coming to you with another Dota 1 commentary. Just going to be rushing through the pick ban phase. With me is, of course, probably the best person in the world you can ever cast with, the one and the only Bballin. How you doing, man?
Literally the best person in the world, man. You're making me blush after that introduction. But yeah, some Dota 1 with some pretty cool heroes. As you all know, if you've been tuning into my channel, the only time I do cast Dota 1 these days when we do see some cool heroes, and this game, yeah, it's a pretty cool hero.
Yeah, well, we don't want to spoil it quite yet. I'm actually just running through the pick ban phase. Not quite come up yet. We are seeing a Dragon Knight, which we haven't seen in almost forever. By the way,
By almost forever, I mean like in 2 games in Dota 1.
Yeah, well, 3, at least 5. At least it's been at least a week. I don't know. GEST has not been featuring quite as many Dragon Knights as I was hoping for. It's featured a lot of Phantom Lancers, though, which was very cool. I will try to get as many of those games out as soon as possible. This game, I think I should mention, is between NXL and Bocah. NXL, also known, I think, as Deparuku. Not quite so sure what was going on there. It's not the Deparuku that was from a long, long time ago. And as we see, I'm just going to be slowing it down. I'm paused at 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay, I'm actually at 9:30, so I'll get to 9:50 ASAP. And yeah, we should be synced up, but I'm pretty sure, like you said, or I don't know if you actually mentioned this is actually the elimination stages of GEST, so there's definitely a lot of them lying here, as both teams still playing Dota 1 at reasonably high level, and yeah, if you want to see more consistent Dota 1 replays, check out SGG, definitely help support him. Subscribe, watch his videos, like it, spread the word, you know, pretty much sell your soul towards him, because he will definitely reward you for that sacrifice.
Oh, now you're making me blush a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to introduce the players really quick. It's going to be Bill playing this Nevermore. Linz, with a lot of Z, is going to be playing this Shadow Demon. It's going to be Eva, with a lot of A, is going to be playing this Night Damien. It's going to be Ombink, going to be playing the Disruptor. And who's going to be playing Glory, with a lot of O's.
Me on the side of Deparuku from Indonesia, we have ES21 playing the Keeper Light. CP is playing the Techies, R is playing the Clinks, and SCL is playing the Earthshaker, and Queen of Pain is being playing the NFR. And yes, that certain guy I was spoiling at earlier, that was spoiled a minute ago, was the Techies, who, you know, is a pretty cool hero, not in Dota 2, but really just doesn't afraid of too much.
Yeah, we're just going to get right straight into this. He has, of course, run out. Going to check the rune spot. We're going to be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, 9:51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56.
Yep, should be good. As I think I'm like 1 second ahead of you, but I will sync up, and we shall just get this game under roll. As Techie's just going to make his way. I wonder if he actually spent money on a teleport scroll. Looks like he didn't, but already has 2 mantles, and is going to be slowing mid, like we see in a lot of Southeast Asian Dota 1 Techies replays.
Yep, and very weirdly, it's going to be Dragon Knight at the mid. I guess not so weird. Shadow Fiend usually does take that role, but of course, he's a little bit squishy. Doesn't have any real natural escape mechanisms. In fact, there's a lot of heroes here we haven't seen in a very long time. Thrall, he was quite big when he started coming out for the Captain's mode. Hasn't been seen in a little bit. I mean, he's not completely uncommon to see him, but he's not the most picked hero in the world. Nevermore, we've seen him a little bit more after his buff, I think in the 6.7 patches. Very powerful hero, and it looks like Puck will be, of course, going to the suicide lane at the top for the Sentinel. Wow.
And when I said mid-solo Techies, I obviously meant not mid-solo Techies, because it is going to be Queen of Pain mid-solo, and I guess Techies will be... where is Techies going to go? I'm not too sure. I mean, I guess he might just sap experience from lane, but Clinks and Queen of Pain, both heroes who need farm, and Techies is one of those heroes who needs farm as well, as I guess he is going top, maybe to steal creep here and there, probably just to jungle stack and maybe do some ancients, or jungle stack and clear them out with the mines. I'm not too sure what this Techies is actually doing in lane if he's not soul mid.
He's picked up some observers, which is a little bit strange. He does need the gold, and you do, of course, want the Techies to get a Bloodstone as soon as you possibly can. You want him to get all those mana regenerative items. He won't really be able to help out in the team fight, so you do want him planting mines, putting remote mines, stasis traps, just everything he possibly can. Force the other team to spend money on sentry wards, just basically be an incredibly effective hero. So, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about this sort of sentry observer ward thing. But you know what?
Keep in mind that this is Deparuku, who's not actually a Pinoy team. So Pinoys do like to do mid-solo techies because, of course, they battle curl on everybody. So maybe that's a little bit of the reasoning behind it. So I guess it will be a support techies, as Puck already doing a reasonable job against Clinks. I think Puck does win lane because he can just phase shift to the Searing Arrows when it does come in.
Yeah, he's also a little bit, I think, just a slight edge in terms of tankiness on the Clinks, at least until Clinks hits level 6 and he starts eating those creeps. But of course, once Puck hits level 6 with that Dream Coil, could even be looking at a solo kill, Illusory Orb, almost taking out like a third of his life on the Clinks. As we see, is somebody going to go on to the bottom lane? We're going to be Shadow Demons. Is he going to go forward? No, nice fish are going to block everything off. Wow. Yes.
Yeah, one thing I'm always impressed about are the Southeast Asian Fissure plays, or Southeast Asian Shaker plays. Most part, they have been improving drastically. I mean, they were at a moment where they're a little bit shaky, but now it seems like they've really stepped up the game, getting Fissure Box consistently. Keep in mind, they are always playing online, so there's always a bit of lag in the equation. There is going to be a wraparound gank. Here comes the Disruptor. Looks like Disruption is going to be cast onto the Keeper of the Light. One raise, but another Fissure Box might help save the left Keeper of the Light, trying to run away with a high base move speed, but unfortunately could not escape that. Kinetic Field casted by the Thrall, who managed to hit level 2 just a little bit too good.
Are we going to be seeing another kill Earthshaker? No, he's not. Just going to run away, go into the woods right there. And yeah, get away safely. And yeah, Techies, I think, has just been committed to pulling right now. Has not really been doing too much in terms of the contribution with the mines, I want to say. Although he has still got his ones in the middle. Not so sure what exactly they're doing there. And
actually, if you take a look at this, usually when it's Tron versus Tron, the top lane doesn't really pull at all. But since I did think Puck wins the lane, this is actually helping Clinks get a significant advantage, dying so much experience. Clinks is already level 4, whereas Puck is almost to level 3, not even that close. And Clinks might actually hit level 5 very, very soon before Puck even hits level 3. Actually, Puck will hit level 3 after this wave, but Techies is denying a lot of experience, and he is getting a decent amount of farm. And once he gets those mines rolling, it will be very, very quick for him to clear those jungle camps. So support Techies, definitely another option that I haven't really considered.
No, not at all. He's only level 2, though. In terms of damage from those mines, in terms of mana, in terms of, well, items. I don't know, 2 Mantles of Intelligence. Not exactly what you want to see. Although it's only been 3 minutes. We haven't seen anybody quite get those. We haven't really seen him plant so many mines yet. The thing is that for a Techies, you want to have an impact early on. You want to create this sort of a fear for your opponent. You want them to be spending money on sentry wards just as early as you can, trying to lay their farm a bit. He hasn't been doing that. Hasn't really been a presence at all. It's as if, you know, he's not really in the game, and that's not really what I was hoping for a game with Goblin Techies.
Well, I mean, he's helping on other roles. Again, Clinks is level 5, whereas Puck is level 3. He's actually being harassed back constantly, not actually using phase shift to dodge arrows. Puck might actually just die right here, going to face that last Searing Arrow, but Puck is going to have to go back and heal. So Clinks will actually be level 6 by the time Puck manages to hit that level 4, it looks like, as Puck does have the bottle. And yeah, there's always sacrifice. Clinks is gonna be winning that top lane, but bottom lane is being lost to the Sentinel tri-lane, as there might be rotation. Dragon Knight is gonna have his rune taken underneath him, and Clinks, or Techies, is just gonna continue to mine up that spot, and Dragon Knight can escape, has so much armor, should be able to escape very easily.
Yep. Meanwhile, bottom lane, let's just see who's getting what farm. As we Shadow Fiend, probably going to go for the Poor Man Shield build. Picked up the 2 Slippers of Agility. Thrall sitting down, doing the same, I guess, support role for level 2. What's going to go on in the mid lane? Nope, just a bunch of illusions, doing a little bit of harass. And yeah, no bottom.
Actually, I don't think Shadow Fiend will go with Poor Man Shield, because he's actually taking 0 harass. Might just be 1 for Wraithband or Quill to get the push going, because I don't think he's going for bottle. So Shadow Fiend needs some way to sustain his mana, but yeah, I'm gonna guess that there won't actually be a Poor Man Shield in the game for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, you've been correct most of the time, but much better support rate than me, so I'm willing to trust you on that. Although if it's wrong, I will never let you forget it. I see up top a lot of harass, Searing Arrows, just absolute beast. Clink's level 6. Yeah, I guess you're right. Techies definitely contributing in a whole nother way that I never imagined.
Yo, more than half of the time I'm correct 100% of the time.
Oh yeah. That makes no sense, but oh yeah.
It's from Anchor, man.
I know. You hear they're making a sequel? I see some.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited for that, as that should be pretty sick. As yeah, just more roaming. Queen of Pain. Just check out her early game CS 25 CS compared to the Dragon Knight 16, so it is actually winning the mid lane. So despite Sentinel pretty much handily losing the bottom lane, it seems like they're doing pretty okay in the other lanes.
Yep. So I just wanted to point out this nice cool camp you can sort of do in Dota 1 and Dota 2 actually, for both sides. And yes, big roaming going on. Looks like Thrall as well, Shadow Demon, finally going to decide to leave the lane. No, they're not. They're just sitting in the jungle. I don't know if this is the best place to be. Not exactly getting the experience. Not harassing or forcing out the Earthshaker. Earthshaker only level 2. Very, actually good job of shutting him down. As he Shadow Fiend sitting at level 5. Going to be getting level 6 very, very soon. And it seems he's had almost complete free farm. I'm just wondering if he's going to be able to out-carry the sort of Clinks, who's been having a similar situation. He's currently going to be going for the Orc and Malevolence.
Bit disappointed, 8 minutes or 6 minutes a game, only 1 kill. This is not prototypical Southeast Asian Dota. This is more of a Western influence Southeast Asian Dota.
Something going on in the middle. Queen of Pain hit, but Nice Fish are going to be stopping that Blink out. Yep. Yeah, only 1 kill. I feel actually a little bit disappointed. Techies playing support, only 1 kill. It doesn't even feel like a Southeast Asian game. This is...
It's okay. Life will go on. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not, because Techie's not really having too much impact. Hey, I mean, this game looks like it will be a long game, so hopefully the action will pick up very, very soon.
I guess I should be thankful now. Usually when Southeast Asian games, there are too many kills happening all over the entire map. You know, it's like really difficult, really chaotic. No idea what's going on. You'll be definitely missing a few. So I guess the quiet time now might be good. I guess if you talk about the lineups, the stuns going off on the Queen of Pain, a bit of fire breath. Nope, just going to be harassing him. Queen of Pain, of course, has that blink. She's in no real danger. They're just sort of saying hello. Yeah, just gonna talk about the lineup, I guess. What do you think? Who has a stronger lineup?
Oh, Illuminate's gonna fly in. Dragon Knight is gonna get blocked off. Illuminate does hurt quite a bit. Sonic is gonna be popped as well as Dragon Knight does manage to die. Thunderstrike, unfortunately, not doing enough damage. Thrall is on the run, only level 3 Thrall, so I'm not too sure what level of Thunderstrike that was. So Thrall is gonna escape, but at the cost of his Dragon Knight. So Scourge coming out ahead in the middle lane, engaging with the help of Key for the Light, as they're just gonna completely abandon the bottom lane, saying Shadow Fiend, we'll let you win that bottom lane. We'll let you farm as much as possible. And Shadow Fiend, he is pretty much farming everything. He's 54 and 37 at the moment.
I know, he's a very, very huge threat, and I don't know, I just have a feeling that they're sort of not underestimating him. He hasn't been in any big team fights lately, although hasn't really been any big team fights. But I am looking forward to him getting, you know, either that Lothar's Edge or the Blink and just coming in, doing a big ton of harass. He used to be one of my favorite heroes. Very, very powerful in the early game, very powerful in the mid game, very powerful in the late game. Just a damage machine, and I'm just actually looking forward to maybe watching him either tear through the... Oh, as we see a big engage going to be going on. There's a kinetic field, going to be flying out of there despite the stuns. As we see, is there going to be anything else? A glimpse back? Maybe no, not quite. A lot of damage with that Thunderstrike, but no real deaths going on right there.
Yeah, I think if the supports were just a little bit more high leveled, whether it be a high level of Soul Catcher or a high level of Thunderstrike, Earthshaker would have ended up dying there, so we're seeing a little bit of the price being paid for those dual ranking supports. But yeah, I always love seeing Shadow Fiend do one because I just think his model and his swagger is just so much better. But that's just sort of a cosmetic thing. Not really anything to do with the game, but you know, it makes me feel good. Shadow Fiend, Viper, seeing those models in Dota 1 makes me very happy, as those models in Dota 2 not very appealing to me at the very least.
I like how when he's like frosted, he gets this sort of almost like ancient apparition kind of look, where he's all blue and red and stuff. You know what you don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, because
okay, yeah.
Or if he gets like Viper ulted or Lich ulted when he's slowed, he gets all blue or green. It's just really, really sick.
Coolest thing ever. Yeah, Dota 1, of course, superior in the animation category for a game that came out in like 2003.
Well, we're probably just more used to the models as maybe, but other than that.
But meanwhile,
talking about Techies, he's level 4 and has a no talisman and ward, so I am disappointed.
Yeah, more than a little. When I saw Techies as the pick.
Oh, Dust Gank going on top of Dreamcoil is going to use Thrall is there with the Dust, and actually Puck is going to end up dying. Clink's actually survived the... looks like the Puck ultimate match is still stunned, but Clink is going to escape despite having 0 boots. Again, the underleveled nature of Thrall and the swishy nature of Puck gonna mean that if they devoted 2 heroes and a Dust and couldn't even kill out the Clinks, and Clinks should be able to get a pretty fast Orchid up very, very soon, and that could be trouble. Even for a very farm Shadow Fiend, he will die very fast to that Orchid, but Shadow Fiend does have the Lothars.
Yep, just picked it up. Well, that and boots, no other items yet. Not sure if he's going to be upping those boots anytime soon. He's going to go for the Earthshaker, a few right clicks, nothing really. Shadow Poison going to be used. And yeah, currently scores 2-1. It is 10 minutes in. A lot of Techies mines. Shadow Fiend has to take care not to wander into those. Not even sure if he knows that they're there. They could actually really take out his life. There are 4 mines right now. He would actually die if he were to walk in those. So just saying. That's the power of a Techie.
Yeah, I think these are level 1 mines, but yeah, they would still kill him. Shadow Fiend very squishy, only 540 HP at the moment. As meanwhile, Clink's going to engage against Puck yet again. Will fate shift out that lasting arrow, but Clinks does not care. Going to go to work on Thrall next, as it is so good to say Thrall once again instead of saying Disruptor.
Yeah, Thrall. Yeah, that copyright thing. Just not.
Yo, it's that one syllable word versus 3 syllables. Those 2 extra syllables are hard work for a person who has as much difficulty speaking as I do, as you could plainly see from that last rant.
Yes, indeedy. And I guess I should mention for the viewers at home, it is currently 3:40 in the morning for me. So if I'm a little insane at the moment, I'm going to attribute it to time. As we see, I think Queen of Pain going to be moving forward. No, just a few right clicks. I thought they were actually going to go on that one, but no disables, apart from the Shadow Strike. Definitely not going to be able to get a kill on the Dragon Knight, who's very, very tanky, and he actually has not had a bad amount of farm. Is he going to be going for...
Thrall just teleported in, used his dust, nobody was near him, and again, they're focusing so much on their top lane, but they're actually getting nothing out of it. So it's really puzzling to see them constantly reinforce the top lane. I think they might want to devote their time to maybe getting some pulls, getting some levels, because really, in actuality, when they're devoting so much to the top lane and Puck just continues to die, will orb out very successfully, as Puck is just going to hide in the trees for a little bit. Does have a TP scroll to escape if he really needs it, but probably will just orb out again. Doesn't want to spend the gold, but yeah, these supports by Sentinel constantly rotating to the top lane, but really unable to make too much happen, as Orchid is getting fished on the Clinks by 12.5 minutes. Really ridiculous farm. Now the Clinks can go off and gank, and I think that is the time for Techies to get some farm himself. So Scourge seems to be on a winning path at the moment, but keep in mind, Shadow Fiend is continuing to be farm 86 and 48 CS at the moment.
Yeah, meanwhile, Glyph forced out. I think the Sentinel are about to lose a tower. We see a lot of smoke being popped, but no targets to find, as you see the top tower just going to absolutely collapse. Yeah, so slight advantage. You see Earthshaker manages to die to the raise, unfortunately. Shadow Fiend way too strong. Going to get presence of once level into presence of the Dark Lord at the moment. Yes, he has. I'm just trying to make sure in my head that all works out with the raise Necromastery plus his ultimate. Currently level 10. We're going to be seeing a few more right clicks. Yeah, that's I think the one disadvantage for Dota 1 is that you can't see what skills they get and when they get them.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you click on the hero, you don't actually see the skill build. But I guess you have to pay super close attention. But of course, usually in these sort of games these days, there's so much action that you really can't comment on that. But yeah, Shadow Fiend is level 10, and Earthshaker is just going to teleport bottom, trying to get some experience. And meanwhile, I'm still really just not liking these Sentinel supports, just constantly roaming both level 4. It's 13 minutes of the game. They will die to one Orchid. Usually Clinks might need maybe something like a Treads or a big creep, but at this point, with level 4 supports, the Orchid will just kill them outright. And actually, finally, it looks like they're going to get a bit of experience, which I'm very happy to see.
Yep, going to be heading straight into the jungle. Currently level 4 on the Thrall. Just want to check out the rest of the levels for everybody else. Currently it's 2-2. Bottom lane for the Scourge is a little low, but it's not going to be pushed down anytime soon. We're seeing Clinks, we're seeing Earthshaker, we're seeing KOTL. They're all coming down the bottom. They're finally saying, time to get Shadow Fiend. At least that's what I'm hoping they're saying. Instead, they're actually sitting behind the tower, not really doing very, very much at all. Shadow Fiend did end up getting the poor man's shield, so... Bballin.
Man, why? He was under no harass. I'm very confused.
For the item slot. See, Disruption going to be going off on the Clinks. Is there going to be an ultimate? No, he's just going to run away. There's this dust going to be going off. Echo Slam going to kill the Shadow Fiend. Immediately, Illusory Orb going forward. Clinks looking for a deal. There's the Dream Coil. And we're going to see Queen of Pain going to be getting a nice kill right there with the Scream of Pain. Overall,
nice rotation by the Scourges. They had pretty much everywhere there except for the Techies. And Dragon Knight, unfortunately, was not in the picture. Even if Dragon Knight was in the picture, I think they would have been able to just get maybe 1 or 2 more kills. Or probably just 1 kill. But Dragon Knight does have that minus, so he is going to start split pushing with that Ancient Dragon form, level 1. So keep in mind he won't level it up at level 11. He'll just keep that Poison Dragon for the pushing of the towers. But Techies finally getting some experience, level 7, and we'll see what he decides to go for. Probably a 4-staff first, I imagine, or maybe the Soul Ring build.
Soul Ring, I think, would make just slightly more sense, but he hasn't been planning as many mines as we normally see Techies go for, so if he decided to
isn't there a mine cap? Like, if you place 15 landmines, won't they just start expiring if you place any?
That's true, but stasis traps as well, remote mines, which all require, like, a large amount of, mana to put. And you definitely want to replant your mines once you start pushing towers down. Although I don't know if that's what he's been doing. He wants to keep in the rune spot. He's only put 3 in the rune spot. That's not going to be enough to kill some of the bigger heroes, specifically talking about the Dragon Knight. Although we'll get him down to half health. Was that a 14-minute Midas, by the way?
I think he had it a bit earlier, maybe like level 9 or level. I saw it at minute 12 at the very least.
Okay,
so
right.
That earlier. But, I mean, Midas is always good on Dragon Knight because he wants to get level 16 up ASAP. And if he keeps using it to boost his experience growth, then it should be pretty solid. But the question is, where will his damage come from? Because Dragon Knight, pretty tank, and if with the Midas he'll attack fast, but actually doesn't really do too much damage.
Yep, Southeast Asians like to get Lothar's Edge as well, so even with the gold you're going to be getting in from the Hand of Midas, it's going to be quite a while before you can start getting the Assault Cuirass, before you can start getting those items that actually give you damage. And I've seen Blink Daggers or other, like, even Pipe of Insight picked up on Dragon Knights. Depends on the situation. I don't feel he's probably going to go for those next. He's probably going to be looking to up for Power Treads and maybe get some form of damage, maybe Assault Cuirass. But I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to get a Lothar's Edge, in which case he's not going to be doing some, like, big amounts of damage at least maybe the 30-minute mark.
And you can see what the pressure that Clink is putting on the map just with the help of the Orchid. These supports very hesitant to roam out to any lane to get some farm, otherwise they will die. Even Puck, who can potentially split push out in lane and leave the supports to jungle a bit, very hesitant because if he gets Orchided, he will just die. So this Clink's, I mean, I do have to fault the supports on just not playing overall as greedy as they should. I mean, they're level 4, 17 minutes a game. No signs of getting level 5 anytime soon. I'm pretty sure they've been at the experience bar for the past, like, 5 minutes. But Clinks, with the pressure of the early Orchid, and with the map control of the techies, with the mines always in the picture, even if you don't see them, you know, there is a presence of them always being there. So these supports are definitely suffering quite a bit. And really, at this moment, I think, despite it only being 3-6, Sentinel are at a huge disadvantage, and we'll see how it shapes up the next team fight, as Queen of Pain's going to blink out. Nice Dream Call by the Puck. Soul Catcher is going to use it, does manage to latch on to keep it alight. Requiem is going to be popped. Keep it alight is in a lot of trouble. Can he escape the Shadow Poison? Try to do as much work as possible. Looks like Keep it alight will escape for now, and Shadow Fiend is going to get picked off by the Queen of Pain, who does come back in. Puck trying to do some work as the Soul Catcher does wear off onto the Queen of Pain. Clinks is just putting in so much damage at the moment, and the gem on the Puck might just end up being wasted right here, right now. No, they are not going to keep up the pursuit, but really, those supports, if they had one of their ultimates up, that fight would have been completely turned around.
Yep, currently 4-8. Feels like a really, really slow sort of crushing victory for the Scourge. I don't want to say they're really that far ahead. I mean, Shadow Fiend has, of course, had an intense amount of farm, but he's starting to show, in terms of lack of survivability, not being able to stick around and do that right-click damage is absolutely very, very painful for the Sentinel. Dragon Knight, of course, not able to tank quite yet. Hand of Midas not exactly the tankiest item in the world. And we're showing, of course, Clink's going to be able to do a tremendous amount of damage. So yeah, just wondering what exactly the Sentinel could do. Maybe they come back. Maybe they just have to turtle a bit. Maybe they'll have to invest a lot more in detection and Sentry Wards. Shadow Fiend going to the mid lane. He's going to get caught out. There's the Orchid going to be going off on him. He's going to Lothar's out just in time.
I mean, they can't really afford to invest in Sentry Wards because they have no farm to speak of whatsoever. They have boots up now, which I didn't think they have. As Soul Catcher and Disruption are going to be used, Techies is going to get cleaned up, and that is going to help out the supports quite a bit. Still not even level 5. Puck is going to rotate in, and that gem, very aggressive, but they need it to help keep the supports alive against the Clinks and also against the Mines. Whenever you're playing against Techies, the first time you should get is always that gem.
Yep, yes indeed. Just going to check out their farms really quick, see if anybody has any huge items. Absolutely not. Although it looks like Clink is going for BKB, perhaps, to stop all that magic damage. Wouldn't be the worst item in the world. Ogre Axe. Sorry, is it? Yes, it's Ogre Axe! Oh my goodness, for some reason I thought it was Ogre Club. Oh.
It's Ogre Club and DotA too, but the item picture is an axe.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Just, and I don't even know if Blizzard can copyright the term Ogre Axe, so either Valve should just change them or just say screw it. I mean, it's an Ogre Axe, like FFS.
I think they just like axes, I don't know. Or maybe they could change Ogre to something else. I like the name Ogre.
Really and look at this Techies. He has 4 Sentry Wards, placed one to deward the Observer Ward, and this is not going to be a semi-carry Techies at all. He's purely on the role of support bitch.
I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in my life, really. This is, oh well, it's still shaping up to be a great game. I mean, we've got Shadow Fiend, we've got Thrall, haven't seen him in a while. Thrall plus Shadow Demon, it's always, you know, is always a good time, really. We're going to be seeing Dragon Knight. Gonna get no items, what? Oh, just Bottle crowing it up. For some reason I thought he was going to be doing something. As we see, Earthshaker. Yes?
He does have 3k gold in the bank, so Dragon Knight's saving up for a big item. Probably will be that Lothar's Edge, because 3k gold is how much gold you need for that Lothar's Edge. But actually, you know, despite the lack of action, despite the techies not really doing too much, this is actually a surprisingly very solidly game, or well-played game by both sides for the most part. I mean, support's not getting too much levels, but early on, Gem, the Scourge just playing as well as they should. So overall, this is a very well played game. So even if it might not be the most action packed, this is a pretty decent change of pace in Southeast Asian Dota 1.
Yep. Well, I mean, it is a one-round elimination, so you definitely want to be playing a little bit more carefully. You want to be picking up. I guess both teams may have decided that they have the late game. Scourge could easily say, you know, we've got the Clinks. We're very, very powerful, very, very happy with that. If we can just turtle, we can just get a few ganks, we can win this by maybe the 40-minute mark. I can easily picture the Sentinel going, yeah, we've got, you know, Dragonite, we've got the Shadow Fiend. See, I think...
Clink's Orchided and silence the Dragonite, but Dragonite no detection, and Dragonite initiation will fail, and Thrall's still level 5, really suffering. But yeah, in terms of overall late game, it does come down to it, despite the sports being underleveled, which I think I've said for at least 8 times. I think the Sentinel do have it in the bag.
Oh, the Lothar's edge on the Dragonite, and before Power Treads, in fact. No, yeah, I just saw him using that last engage with the Orchid Malevolence. But still, I'm feeling a little bit disappointed. I mean, Windwalk, I guess, does give you a bit of backstab damage, but Assault Cuirass, I think, would have been slightly better. We see anything going on the puck? Nope, absolutely not. Hitting at level 12.
Puck only 300 gold away from the dagger, and I was about to say, man, it's like these guys are just running around ways to disappoint SGG here, as you are just super disappointed in this game overall.
It's sort of like constantly watching Southeast Asian games. It's like driving at a really high speed, like driving 100 miles an hour. If suddenly you slow down to 50, even though it's a 50, if you're going fairly fast, you still sort of feel like you're moving really slow. You know,
that was actually a really decent analogy. I'm impressed.
It is 3 in the morning. Yes, it is 3 in the morning. Yeah, so that's sort of the thing. I mean, it's very, very solid play. Definitely a lot to learn from both sides. In terms of item choices, I actually think they're going fairly well, although I am...
It's GG. 22 minutes in the game, support's got level 6. And actually, that's pretty significant, because now they have the ultimates up. So, I think Sentinel, holding out, might be able to get something going very, very soon.
Yep, definitely so. Earthshaker has picked up his Blink Dagger, though, at 23 minutes, so I'm a little bit skeptical if they can win any big team fights, but it is definitely not outside the realm of possibility. Clink's also going to be going for that BKB. I think I saw it on Shadow Fiend as well. He's got the Ogre Axe. Yes, everybody's getting Ogre Axes nowadays. Thrall has no items, as atypically for a support. Eridar still just got Salves and nothing else, really. Boots.
DK just picked up his own Ogre Axe, so he's going to be tanky. He's going to go for the BKB, as there is going to be engagement. Queen of Pain is just going to run all over the mines, but the Ancient's going to blow it up instead, and everybody on Sentinel is super low HP. Did they get Sonic Wave, or did they get Mind, or was it a combination of both?
It was basically the mines plus an Illuminate that came out of nowhere and just shut them down. The Earthshaker took a stun to the face. Nope, absolutely nothing else. Blink forward. There's Stream. There's a Shadow Strike, but nothing else really. Everybody's retreating back. Everybody wants to play it safe. BKB on the Queen of Pain. Don't really see that, but of course it is a great choice. There's a lot of magic damage coming off from the Sentinel side. Certainly once we see... coming in from the Sentinel side, definitely would be a huge bonus. Although you still have to contend with the right-click ability of the Dragon. I wonder how long it's going to be before we can actually lead it on. He's going to be going for BKB himself. We're going to be seeing a big dragon right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really smart item choice by the Queen of Pain, because Thrall actually does pretty much counter Queen of Pain. That Stag Storm with the Glimpse pretty much means Queen of Pain can't escape, and when she does get away, that Stag Storm, of course, will silence her. So BK will nullify that, as Dragon is going to take an Illuminate right to the chin, and he is forced to back away before he gets knocked out. But yeah, smart item decisions overall by both sides. Just looking at the ultimates, only Demonic Purge goes through the BKB in terms of slowing, and other than that, nothing on either team goes through BKB.
Yeah, which is actually nice change of pace, I guess. Usually we're always seeing bashes or some other item. Nyx has been so popular as of late, you know, him with a basher. And we're going to be seeing Queen of Pain doing some nice choke point juggling right here. As you see, an ultimate Ord picked up, thinking it's going to be for Lincoln Sphere, because that seems to be the most common item, although I don't believe it would be the right choice, especially now that you have a BKB. So maybe Eye of Scotty or Hex. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if this was in Southeast Asian Dota, I'd be saying Hex 100% of the time, but it's Southeast Asian Dota, they go for Lincolns after BKB, as Techi's going to get caught out of position, trying to plan out mines to give them some vision, but is going to pay for it with his life. Clink's trying to rotate in, but Clink's, after that gem being picked up about 7 or 8 minutes ago, really unable to get any snipes off. This gem early on by Puck, not only keeping down the Techies, just keeping down the Clinks, as Dragon going to get pushed back into the Stags, or attacks from his own team, but Dragon Knight is going to end up falling right there as Shadow Fiend canceling his ultimate back and forth, and it looks like the Sentinel are just going to decide better in this game, just going to back off without the Dragon Knight. And Dragon Knight going to be a little bit sad, losing a lot of money from his BKB from that, but he's actually pretty close to level 16, and Clink is going to initiate. He's under the pressure of Purge and the gem in the picture, but I guess no other choice as an Echo Slam being dropped with the Earthshaker, that Enchant Tome in conjunction with that doing so much damage, but the BKB Shadow Fiend with Lothar's Edge doing so much damage himself, and Queen of Pain, one more right click will seal her death as triple kill being picked up by the Shadow Fiend, raise ultra kill by the Shadow Fiend. What a play by Bill BKB.
Oh.
You know, this is why it's such a good item.
God, that was like one of the best things I've seen all day. That was definitely worth. As we see a lot of mines, we're going to see the blink forward. Dream Coil going off. Ignores the huge mines. Gonna die to the Suicide Squad. Was not necessary, actually. I think the Puck had that one in the bag. But oh well. Going to be doing a little bit of de-warding as well as de-mining. Blink picked up on her. Thrall finally hitting level 8. Things are actually looking pretty good for the Sentinel.
If there was ever a hero to die to, it would be to a support techies. Support techies gets 500 gold from the huge streak on the Shadow Fiend, but that means nobody else will get that streak for quite a bit, and that's actually pretty significant.
Yep, but I mean, who else would prefer to have the farm? I guess everybody else, except for the Earthshaker, perhaps.
Actually, just everybody else.
Everybody else. Clinks maybe would have just given like his right arm for that farm. It is 3 in the morning. I want to emphasize that. Let's see KOTL's item choices. He's got the mech. Don't think he popped in that last engage, though. Bursted down way too fast. Shadow Fiend starting to become an absolute monster. Doesn't really need any damage items. I mean, he's already got plus, what, 72 damage coming in from the Necromastery, which is better than pretty much a free... not a free Divine Rip, a free Sacred Relic. And we're going to see a little bit of counter warding going off. Who bought those? It is the Goblin Techies. He's picked up the Soul Ring. This is not atypical of a Goblin Techies. I suppose you normally see them a lot fatter, but it's okay.
Well, the Pinot Goblin Techies, they go Bottle Crow and Soul Ring, but they solo mid, and they are a lot more active. This Techies is just going to use whatever farm he has to de-war it up, and I guess that's pretty cool. Keeper the Light does have a reasonably timed mechanism as well as a Force Staff, so that will definitely keep him alive. And Keeper the Light, if he survives, if there's buybacks in the picture on his side, can resummon people around, so it's definitely not a bad idea to have Keeper the Light farm. And Keeper the Light does have potential to pick up a very fast text with the help of the Illuminate, so not the worst idea, as Queen of Pain gonna get that channeled ultimate right in her face, but not channeled for the full duration. Gonna BKB up, gonna man mode. Phaser gonna stop down the Shadow Fiend. Sonicwave is gonna cast his Shadow Fiend, not gonna BKB up, is gonna BKB back now, saying, "What's up, Earthshaker? I'm gonna kill you in a couple more hits." Raze is gonna come to kill Queen of Pain. Will she blink back in? She's toying with the idea, but Lothar's Edge by Shadow Fiend gonna be a bit too much. Queen of Pain still at very healthy mana pool, just gonna blink back out. Gonna blink into the trees, the next level juking. And at the very least, for the Scourge, even if they lost here, they did force out the 9-second BKB on the Shadow Fiend, which isn't the worst exchange.
Oh, currently Clinks just wants to meet his end here, I think. No, he's actually going to pick it up. No, okay, almost did. Orchid 11s was casted onto the puck, and now Clinks is actually looking a little bit of trouble, but he's also got the wind walk. And actually everybody's going to escape that one A-okay. Top tower. Meanwhile, top lane is getting pressured. Right clicks damage from the melee. Dragon Knight can, I think, take this one off. Yes, he will, and he will be getting the gold from that. Still bottle crowing at this late into the game. It's 29 minutes. Wow. Okay.
You know, Keeper Light does recall the Queen of Pain, and actually I was a little bit puzzled. I thought Clink's got his BKB off, but he didn't, and the puck with that gem just being a complete thorn inside of Clink, saying, "You may have dominated me top lane, but I'm going to make sure you're never going to do that ever again." This gem has just been absolutely invaluable.
Yep, Yasha going to be picked up on the Nevermore. Probably going to go for Manta style as opposed to SNY. It's just good to see a Nevermore get nice and fat. I'm just wondering, on the side of the Scourge, do they have anything similar? Well, I guess the Clinks, well, he's had all his items for quite a while. I'm just going to check and see if he's actually going to be getting any progress anytime soon. He's starting sitting on about 1,100 gold. I can't imagine what his next big item would be.
Yeah, if you just consider the pace of the game, 11-13, now Sentinel definitely making comeback, picking off a tower. Only have claimed 1 tower compared to the Scourge's 3. But Scourge really hesitant to go for a Roshan. Clink's just being completely neutralized by the gem. And Scourge after BKB, after Queen of Pain picks up Hex, what sort of item progression can they make? I mean, Clinks can make a bunch of item progression, but if he does get focused down, if he does get purged, even through that BKB, it's really just not going to be too much. So overall, considering the state of the game, Scourge should have a slight advantage due to the tower kills and a slight hero kill advantage, and they have a lot of strong items now. But once DK picks up his BK, once Shadow Fiend picks up that Manta style, and once more damage items are being picked up, like, it's just going to be super difficult for the Scourge to actually make things happen.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, well, since they are doing Roshan, he's going to have that survivability, not going to invest survivability items. Maybe just crit might not be a bad idea, getting a Bariza, the Cannon. And they have not picked up the, what? They're not picking up the Aegis. Okay, I thought they were, like, leaving bait or something, but yeah. Just pick up the Aegis, and Aegis, of course, is taken away 6 minutes after you pick it up, not after Roshan dies, so we're going to be looking at it for about the 37-minute mark.
Yeah, and Scourge, even with that Aegis kill, very hesitant to do anything with that at the immediate moment. I think they might be waiting for the Queen of Pain Hex, as I think if she were going Lincoln, she would have bought the Perseverance. But she does have, if she does go for Hex, she's about 1,200 gold away, which she should be able to farm before the Aegis times out. If she were on Lincoln, she would be able to farm it a little bit faster, but I think Hex would be a more appropriate item choice. Even if you can't Hex somebody like the Dragonet or the Shadow Fiend, if you Hex the Puck, Puck will just die. He's very squishy, and that gem giving Clink's Nightmares will just give a huge weight off his back. If you Hex the Thrall, the Silence will be out of the picture. Hex the Shadow Demon, no purges in the picture as well. So Hex definitely a good item choice here, as Puck going to continue to D-mine it up, as Illuminate going to fly and do a bit of damage to the Shadow Demon, but that is going to be the end of this. And the question is, what will Sentinel decide to do with this, as Dragonet is level 16, has finally finished the BKB, probably going to go into an AC next, I imagine. But we'll see with that level 16 if they're going to push in or if they're just going to wait out the Aegis.
I actually think a push right now would not be a bad idea. Maybe pick up a few squishy supports, go all 5 mana. I mean, they do have the advantage. I still feel they'll be able to win every team fight. They've got the gem. Why not push it? I mean, the only reason I can think of is because they probably think they have the late game, and you know, there's no need to. They can sort of just turtle it, as we see. Oh, he just stood there with the Lothar Sage for the longest period of time. Yeah, just why not go forward with it? I mean, at the moment, Scourge are pushing very, very, very fast. They've got the Illuminate. Ghost Scepter has been picked up on the Azalea. That's going to be an absolute burden later on.
You know, Shadow Fiend, one of the most underrated split pushing carries, constantly pressuring the top lane. Clink's forced to teleport back. Clink's, I think you were right. He should go for the Crystallis into the Bariza, but actually not really that farmed. Unfortunately, his farm slowed down, and actually not even 100 CS at this moment, as Techies might find himself in a very terrible situation. He's just going to kill himself, saying, "The world has got me down, just going to end it all," but he will be back in 14 seconds, so, man, if everybody had an instant respawn timer. This is getting a bit dark. Shadow Fiend gonna initiate. Clinks, can he run? Might just end up losing Aegis right here, right now. Gonna Death Pact to creep, get himself a bit more HP. And Clinks unable to windwalk. And actually, he didn't have the Aegis. Queen of Pain Aegis. So Clinks gonna be out of the picture again. Forced out of BKB, but Clink's constantly dying. Not gonna get his next item. And that is gonna mean a push in by Sentinel. So Sentinel getting on momentum very soon.
Gonna get 2 kills, 3 kills. Triple kill for the Earthshaker, running with the Echo Slam. Disruption not over yet. What's going to be going on? Oh, the Blinding Light gonna get another kill. What just happened? So much damage. So much damage. 12 to 17, securing a huge lead for the Scourge. And yeah, this guy, Shadow Fiend, running away. Whew.
I mean, even when Techie's mines are killed, they still do damage, and actually the damage from the remote mines with the Illuminate there actually lowered everybody on the side of Sentinel, that even Dragonite died to the Echo Slam with the Fissure combination, where you wouldn't normally expect that. So despite Scourge losing a lot of momentum, that definitely gave them back a lot of confidence. They might not be in the lead. I think they might be in the slight lead, especially after taking the Tier 2 tower and killing Dragonite, but they're definitely going to get a lot of confidence after that, after losing so much momentum. And Techies, even if you push against him, still can be a problem, as did Puck die in that engagement? That is the real question. I didn't actually see. It looks like he did, because he doesn't have the gem anymore.
Oh goodness. Did someone pick it up, or was it just destroyed? That's my question. Hang on, let me just check it out real quick. And it looks like there's no more gems on the field, which actually could be a huge thing for both sides. Are they going to buy again, or are they maybe just going to say let it go and we're sort of content with the mines? We don't mind walking into them.
Looks like the courier on the Sentinel have. I don't know if that's a new one, but Southeast Asians always micro their courier very, very close, and it wouldn't be too surprising if they picked up the gem with that, but I imagine it might be a new gem.
Yep, somebody's picked up a Yule's as well. I just want to check out. Who is it? Yes, Puck. Yeah, okay. That's what I was wondering if he was going to go for the Dagon. Instead, going to go for the Yule Scepter of Divinity. Not a bad item choice at all. Definitely going to give that extra movement speed, which is going to be absolutely helpful. And being able to remove somebody from the fight, like the Clinks or the Earthshaker, the second he blinks in, would be fantastic. He's got some of those fighting reflexes. Guinsoo's Scythe of Vice, another thing that I can say here, but I can't say in Dota 2, has been picked up by the Queen of Pain. Definitely going to make a huge impact in the next team fight. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I mean, if she acts as a gem carrier and then just kills it, that will be without a gem for quite a bit. And this gem, again, can't overstate how much of an impact it's making. And without the gem, Clink's can pretty much just roam free. Has the Chrysalis in hand right now. And Clink has not been putting in work for quite a bit, but if they manage to hex the gem carrier, kill him off, then Clink should theoretically just be able to crush anybody who's going up against it, except for maybe a Shadow Fiend, as DK is still very low into his items. Has that Helmet Dominator, again, give him a lot of armor, give some lifesteal, but not really too much in terms of damage, only dishing out 150 damage, which is splash in his level 16 ultimate, but still can't really compete to Clink's even with only a Chrysalis at this point.
Yep, and of course the Age is going to be running out in about less than a minute. Wonder if they're going to be using this time to maybe push or enforce an engage. Queen of Pain caught out. Looks like that engage has been forced. There's the Purge, just going to get chain stunned to death. Aegis has been burnt, going to be an immediate blink out, I'm assuming. Or she's going to get stunned. Oh, no, blink out. Right there with the BKB. BKB charge forced out, and that was the 8-second one. Wow.
Actually, good play by Sentinel. Didn't use any ultimates. They didn't use anything like a Static Storm or a Dream Cold. They said, alright, we're going to force out the Aegis, as meanwhile Shadow Fiend does manage to kill off the Clinks, who I guess tried to commit that tower, but still at over half HP. Don't know how Shadow Fiend can solo Clinks when Clinks has Windwalk, and there wasn't a gem anywhere in sight. So just a big misplay by the Clinks right there. Meanwhile, Puck going to initiate onto the Techies. Techies trying to juke around, trying to plant whatever stasis wards he possibly can. Stack Storm being casted. Thunderstrike is in the picture as well. Shadow Fiend is a big black chicken, as meanwhile Queen of Pain trying to do whatever he can. Shadow Fiend finally BKB's back up. Lothar is away. Meanwhile, Dragon Knight is going to initiate onto that Queen of Pain, but look at how little damage he's doing, and Shadow Fiend is going to have to back off. Doesn't want to be too greedy. Dragon Knight's going to back off as well. Eliminate going to find drain a significant portion of Dragon Knight's HP, and Earthshaker is finally in the battle. This might be what the Scourge have been waiting for. Looks like Queen of Pain taking a surprising amount of damage. Will have the BKB up relatively soon, and overall a lot of ultimates forced, but Sentinel overall did lose that, and they might lose a gem on the Dragon Knight. If they lose that, that is potentially very huge. They are going to lose the gem on the Dragon Knight. That is so unfortunate for the Sentinel, and I don't know. It's not looking good anymore for the Sentinel.
Yeah, and it looks like Xailer decided to pick it up. That could be very, very big. I mean, no more big initiates with the Shadow Fiend coming in and just doing like a huge ultimate right there. You still got the Dream Coil though. You still got Blink on the Puck as well as the Yules. You've got great initiation on both sides. Currently, the Sentinel are down about 7 kills. I'd really actually very, very difficult to call who's winning. I mean, definitely the Scourge is winning. They have the tower advantage, they have the kill advantage, but I'm not so sure if they've got it quite in the bag just yet. And yeah, it'll be interesting next few minutes to see what they do. Whether they're going to push this advantage, they're going to sit back and farm, and depending on which, I think it might just decide the course of the game.
And I sort of have to go back to this point. Despite Sentinel having a really solid mid game, their supports just weren't able to pick up the lows. Neither of their primary supports are close to level 11. One's level 9, one's level 8.
And actually, and he's going to be, oh my goodness, oh, he's taking so much damage, but the BKB is going to avoid all of that, and he's just going to escape with the skin of his teeth. As the meanwhile, Thrall somehow dies. Sorry about that. Just the heck.
Died to the Orchid hit from the Clinks. Again, supports underleveled as BKB's forced down both sides. Shadow Fiend forced to retreat. Can't dish it out 1v1 versus the Clinks. And Clink's going to claim himself another tower. And that is going to be 5 towers to 1 in favor of the Scourge. So Scourge getting a lot of momentum from these past couple team fights. And now we'll see if they can keep up their momentum. As now Queen of Pain can start going for different items. Whether it be Orchid herself, Hex, Aghanims. Clinks can start finishing his Breeza. Blink forward. Fissure going to trap out the Puck. Hex was used on the Puck. Can Puck escape? Gonna use himself. Queen of Pain gonna blink out to safety. But NFR does pick off Puck in the midst of all that. I'm not too sure how that happened. I guess the Shadow Strike damage is a little bit too much. Clink's trying to do whatever he can. Machine gunning, hitting the Dragon Knight. Nice disruption. Gonna save the life of the Dragon Knight for now. Can Clinks get the focus going? Does pick off the Dragon Knight. Purge gonna be cast on the Clinks just a little bit too late. Maybe it was on cooldown, but Clinks does not care.
Oh my goodness, and it looks like yet another tower's going to be going down. Shadow Fiend trying to do all he can right now with the buyback. Not so sure if that's the most significant thing in the world. Has no souls. Few more right click, doing so much damage. Right click gonna get the Queen of Pain. Is he gonna get the Azalea just standing there? Ghost Scepter immediately gonna run away. Tower not gonna do anything. He's gonna get the Clinks. He's gonna go toe to toe with the Clinks, and he's actually gonna have to run up to high ground, and that's about it. Razor's trying to get some souls. Now he's gonna go for Techies. Just dies to one hit. He actually defended that, and he got a double kill for that. Wow, that was surprising.
A player's forces are under
That was surprising to say the least. Clink, I just want to check out his money really fast. Almost 3k golden bank will finish at the breeze relatively soon, and I think after that he can go for something like an NKB butterfly, probably butterfly against right click of the Shadow Fiend, and that will be just very, very significant. Meanwhile, Keep It Alive has a lot of money in the bank. Ghost Scepter has had that gem for quite a bit, and Puck, unfortunately, after buying a couple of gems, the Yules is the only item progression. Meanwhile, the Dragonite, after that Home Dominant, really just has been dying so often as the stasis trap. What happened? The stasis trap? I'm not too sure.
Just a right click just going on to, oh, he's going to match style that one. He's just going to take so many stuns, but the Ghost Scepters on everybody, just making Shadow Fiend, I think, want to slit his wrist right there. He was like basically one hit away from getting the Azalea, but thanks to a nice timely Ghost Scepter, it was just bad news for the Shadow Fiend.
Speaking of bad news for somebody, it's bad news for the Shadow Demon, as he is going to die to the Fissure and the Orchid. And one thing I have noticed is that Deparuku like to talk.
Yeah, so, they're a very, very strong team. I think they're slightly more experienced than Bocah, which is currently the other team. I've actually never heard of Bocah, but Deparuku definitely been around a while. I think NXL, the company that sponsors them, have a lot of con teams and LOL teams that I don't know because I don't really watch those games. As we see, oh, Techi's gonna get caught out. He's gonna, no, Fissure's gonna save his life. Stasis trap. No, not actually gonna get activated.
And actually, Dragonite prematurely activating his Dragon form, so Scourge, if they just wait out the duration, they can pretty much take Roshan for free once the Dragonite form is down. They looks like they're going to get a bit greedy trying to go for it, and I don't know if that's the best idea because Dragonite form is still online, so Dragonite should have about 30 seconds, half its duration to go back in, try to do whatever he can. Fissure blocking Roshan, trying to do whatever he can, but he's going to get Hexed. Stasis Trap, a bounce, Mantis Whip by Shadow Fiend, trying to do whatever he can. Puck Dream Coil with the Sonic Storm is going to do so much damage. Queen of Pain going to blink out from the ultimate. Meanwhile, Clinks does not care yet again. Part 2, the not caring, as he is going to pick up so many kills.
Clink somehow survives that engagement by taking the focus from 3 Shadow Fiends thanks to those Mantle Illusions. Oh my goodness, with the Stasis Traps. Shadow Fiend the only one left alive, and he's actually going to go down, but not before he managed to get a kill in return. 4-3, they cannot do Roshan, surely. Oh, looks like they will be able to do Roshan.
Puck is still in the picture, as he is going to single-handedly ward off everybody inside the enemy team. But Clink's picking up yet another triple kill, did buy back, and that is the key for the Sentinel Puck to get the heck out of there, as he's going to be Hexed, he's going to get Orchided, going to lose another gem, as that is probably the 3rd gem. Well, he did just pick it up from the Keep It Light. No, that actually was just a different gem, because Keep It Light still has a gem. Keep It Light has a Hex of his own, and I think Scourge is starting to call themselves back, well, not call themselves back in the game, going to take significant advantage at the moment. Aegis is going to be picked up on the Vulture.
Vulture, yeah. Vulture, of course, a very, very frontline hero, so he's going to need that.
Did they just burn the Aegis? I think that's like a sign of cockiness, because Clink's had 2 open item slots.
Yeah, well, when you're, I guess 13 kills ahead, you can get a sort of a buffer of security. But I actually think that's a little undeserved. I mean, Shadow Fiend is quite a, I don't know, a presence here, and he's, I think they're underestimating him a little bit. They did actually burn that Aegis. We're seeing Aghanim is being picked up. Besides the Chrysalis, Ghost Scepter's Force Staff as well. Wow, the Scourge are a fat.
Oh no, they just waited. The Vulture picked it up, but when the Vulture picks it up, it actually doesn't pick it up, and Clinks does have it, so I guess they just waited out. So, interesting. Next level Aegis tactics. So, I guess, you know, a bit cocky because they didn't pick up immediately, but still not too foolish to give away a free Aegis.
Yep, definitely not, especially if you haven't got a rack, so you haven't breached the towers at the very, very least. Are they going to be, now the question, of course, is, are they going to be pushing with this advantage, or are they going to maybe sit back and farm a little bit? I think they've, pretty much everybody on the Scourge has gotten all their big items. I don't really think they need anything necessary else. Maybe just bait somebody out and get a gank.
Yeah, Clink saving up a lot of money does have the potential to buy Bariza if he does want it right now. I don't know if that's being shipped towards him. Meal Earthshaker gonna pick up a Sobi mask, might be for a late game refresher or a Yo's or anything like that. Gonna swap it out for some wards, and Shadow Fiend might poke his head out a little bit too far. Clink's trying to initiate. Hex gonna go on to Shadow Fiend. If he dies right here, that's gonna be a huge blow. Gonna pop BKB, but Shadow Fiend pre-tank is going to run away for now, and again popping BKB, but at this point it's 5 seconds anyway, and it will be back up for the next engagement. Shadow Fiend went for the dagger.
Yeah.
I really disagree with this choice.
Yeah, especially I think Butterfly might have been the more knee-jerk and more natural reaction, and while I'm not sure if it's actually the correct item choice, I think I would have preferred it as opposed to this Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger giving him the mobility. I'm not going to say anything about it quite yet. Just want to see how
I
he
think
uses
it's
it.
pretty much just relying on all or nothing.
Yeah.
Either they win a team fight with the Dream Coil, winning with Static Storm, Requiem with the Blink, or they lose.
And it looks like Techies going to be going down thanks to some nice chain swinging with the Dream Coil as well as the Dragon Knight. Going to give them some much needed kills, really. And still 12 kills down. Very difficult to say how the Sentinel are actually going to come back, but at the same time, don't think that they're in that dire straits. So
yeah, I mean, Dragon Knight started picking up items relatively soon, I imagine. No, still 1800 gold in the bank as he is quite poor, and Scourge, I guess they don't want to push in without the techies.
Yep. And yeah, just going to be giving you guys a little bit of a tip. If you're ever a commentator and you want to say something without saying anything, just say both sides of the story. It's like a fortune teller thing. I think the Sentinel are winning, but at the same time they're losing. Blink forward. There's the Hex immediately. Oh, so much damage. Shadow Fiend's actually going to get chain stunned to death. He's one hit away. Is BKB'd up. Look at the damage. Dream Coil onto two. Ghost Scepter just doing so much work. Queen of Pain taking a lot of damage. Going to blink out immediately. Everybody's blinking out. Only one death at the moment. And there's the Hex is going to be going off. They have so many of those things. There's no ultimate coming in from the Thrall at the moment. And yeah, I think successful defense. Yay, nay, say.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, why not?
They defended, and they forced out BKBs. But Dragon Knight form, I just want to see where is the DK in all this, as his ultimate form will run out relatively soon. He's going to initiate onto the Clinks. Will lose his Aegis right now, going to force that backwards. But an Echo Slam, Earthshaker, always the unsung heroes of these games, but it looks like it's going to be an Aegis for a 2-for-1 trade, definitely favoring the Scourge, as Clink's going to go back into the fight with that Ultimate Orb. Actually never fished that Bariza, interesting idea, as he went for the Ultimate Orb instead. I think he's starting to try to get a Hex himself, as the Racks are going to take the fall right now, and there's really not too much the Sentinel can do to defend this. So the question is, will Scourge try to take more?
I think straight end might not be a bad. No, they're just going to swing down to the bottom. That's absolutely fine. There's going to be Hexing. Yeah, there's no way he's going to survive. He's actually just going to die. As yeah, another Hex going to be going off. Cosmodon, and yeah, he's going to dodge a lot of match damage, but forced back to the fountain. Dragon Knight, that is not a good place. That's not where he wants to be. He wants to be on the front line, but unfortunately, will of course melt if he goes there. See another Rex going to be going down Dream Coil onto two. There's the mine. Static, is the Static Trap going to be doing anything? So much damage. Queen of Pain going to be blinking out at the, just going to survive there. Stasis Trap did not activate. Dragon Knight taking a lot of damage. He is just seen by the gem. Going to be forced that forward. He's actually going to get the kill right there. And he is not going to die. Surely, oh, he's going to Hex and just die right then and there. So
he's not going to die. Surely he's not going to die. Oh, he's actually going to die.
Yeah, well. And surely this Clinks is not going to die either. No, he's going to die. No, oh yes, I see. Actually didn't think he was going to die, but yeah, that is very surprising.
If the Sentinel want to come back, you just say, oh, Clink's never going to die ever again in this game, and he's just going to keep dying.
Blink forward, oh, with a Fisher instead of Echo Slam, which I thought he would do. Illuminate damage, and surely this Puck is not going to die. Oh, he's dying. Okay, Dragon Knight is not going to die either.
Techies is doing something! He's doing something!
Oh, goodness. Blinding Light going to be going off. Surely this man is not going to die as well. Taking so much damage, Thrall's going to just finish it right then and there. Ghost Scepters on the Izaler, who also won't die. Taking a lot of raise damage. Does not go down. Wow. Very surprising.
Shadow Fiend does die, and it is a bad look when Clinks is dead, and he still managed to lose the team fight pretty significantly, as both teams cackling to themselves evilly, as, yeah, this game looks pretty much over for the most part, just waiting for the GGs and for one final push, probably for Clinks to respawn, and then they'll go in for the GG push. But yeah, Techie's finally putting in some work after everybody's dead, and, you know, at least he's doing stuff now.
Techie's MVP, probably going for the Hex himself, because why not? Hex is the best item in the game. Wonder if he can actually farm it up. He's clearing those creep waves or as fast as you possibly clear a creep wave. Probably won't be able to get it before the game ends, although who knows. Let's see Earthshaker moving forward. He's going to blink. Oh, just going to miss the enchant totem. There's a long-range fissure. Going to get it caught in by the static storm. And just going to walk out because there's nobody else there. No, he's actually going to
Looks like he's going to get glimpsed back, and Blink. They can't catch up to him as Blink forward by the Queen of Pain, trying to get a Hex going. Does get another Hex on the Shadow Fiend. I don't think the disruption was in time to dodge a Sonic Wave. It was not. Shadow Fiend and Lothar. Shadow Fiend's going to die right here. Meanwhile, Yellow does as well. Not too sure that is. It was the Shadow Demon, and the Spawn Rack's going to finally be cleared up. Meanwhile, Clink's just finally going to make his way back towards the middle lane. Going to eat a big creep for a bit of extra damage. He has a Hex, so that was where his item went for. 3 Hexes up on the side of the Scourge. BKB's on 5 seconds. Dragon Knight making 0 item progression, just been constantly dying. Shadow Fiend, that dagger was not the way to go, my friend, as that is gonna probably be the end of the game very, very soon. Just waiting for one last engagement. Clink's gonna make that happen, gonna try to kill off the throw with the help of the Earthshaker. He is gonna get a kill, gonna turn on the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight is gonna die as well. E-Blade, too good, best item in the game. Aghanim Scepter cleaning it up as well, and Scourge are gonna take this victory. No GG call, but this is surely gonna be the end of the game.
Oh, so you believe. As we see another Rack's probably going to fall down. Shadow Fiend has left the game. Yeah.
See, when I make prediction that the game's going to be over, no, I'm right. It's not because I see the replay bar right next to me. It's because, you know, I know.
Yeah, that's I gotta learn some of that next level casting skills to know when a game is over.
GGs are called. Actually, since this game, we talked a lot about Techies. He actually had a pretty big impact because Sen were getting a lot of momentum, and then they tried to clear Techies' traps. There are a lot of traps, remote mines detonated, and land mines detonated, and that set up Earthshaker. And overall, the MVP of the game was definitely Earthshaker, but Techies had an impact when it counted, when the Scourge were on their heels a bit, and that one gauge where Earthshaker got a huge Echo Slam definitely helped Scourge take back the lead and never look back. So Techies, despite not really having as big an impact as we would have hoped, definitely had good enough impact and had a key impact in the game-changing ending.
Yep. Oh wow, that's a new form I haven't seen on the Shadow Fiend in a while. The E-bladed Shadow Fiend form. Yeah, no, just want to talk about that a little bit quickly. Gonna finish it off. 12. So the final levels were 12, 25, 19, 11, 22 against 21, 18, 25, 22, 25. Overall, I quite enjoyed that game. Bballin, hope to cast with you sometime later. Any final thoughts? Any final words?
Yeah, game was well played by both sides. I think Sentinel, unfortunately had a lapse of decision, pushing him mid, allowed Earthshaker to get freed up. And I'm always very impressed by the Southeast Asian Earthshaker plays because Southeast Asians do tend to clump up and Earthshakers always take the advantage and always seem to turn around the game for their teams.
Yep, and he also did not hurt that he had to blink at 23 minutes. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. You guys should already be subscribed to Bballin channel because he is probably the best caster.
And you guys should always be subscribed to Skirmishes channel because he's awesome.
Right, okay, and we'll be hopefully maybe doing some things in the future, and see you guys again later. 110 on the thrall, wow.